The National Weather Service has confirmed a waterspout off the coast of Maine yesterday.
Meteorologist Mike Slifer is here with the details on that. A pretty unusual occurrence, right, Mike?
Yeah, these aren't super common, and unfortunately we don't have like hard statistics like we do with tornadoes to say how often they happen, especially with the ones that happen out over the ocean. But we did have a waterspout confirmed yesterday. Here's a picture that Chris sent me in. This is looking south from Cape Porpoise in Kennebunkport. So here's the waterspout itself. You can actually pick it out in this image, connected from the clouds all the way to the ocean. I had a second picture that was sent in by Holly, and this was taken at Mother's Beach in Kennebunk, and we can actually see the other side of this storm with the waterspout still visible right here. So what exactly is a waterspout? How did this all happen? Well, we had some showers and storms around yesterday. They were moving offshore near York County and ended up in this area that had very, very strong low-level rotation. So even though these storms weren't really that impressive, they weren't strong and severe storms, there was still just enough rotation in the atmosphere to allow a brief waterspout to spin up. Here's a radar loop yesterday showing exactly what happened. So here's our culprit right here, moved off the coast near York and out over the ocean, and this is the storm that had a bit of rotation with it. So after that picture was sent in, we actually went back and looked at some radar data. We matched up where the storm was, looked at the velocity on it, and saw that there was indeed a bit of rotation with this cell right here. Again, not really impressive and not what you'd really think of when it comes to a rotating storm, but there was just enough in the atmosphere to allow this to happen. What are waterspouts exactly? So the difference between a waterspout and a tornado or a land spout is that waterspouts are funnel clouds over the water. This one, of course, happened over the ocean. They're generally very weak and don't pose much of a threat to anything. The exception here would be small craft. So people out in small boats likely would have felt some impacts if they were under this. But thankfully, we did not hear of any damage or injuries with yesterday's storm. But in rare occurrences, these can actually move onto the land. When that happens, we end up with a tornado warning being issued. And there are some historical cases where that has happened. It caused damage and injuries and hurt people and property. So thankfully, we didn't deal with any of that. And again, these are pretty uncommon, but certainly a unique little weather event. Reporting in the studio, meteorologist Mike Slifer, News Center, Maine.